It's Merri Hour time. I'm so excited, Matt. I'm so excited.
Me too.
I feel like I earn this live stream at the end of every week. And Dewey is like ready to jump on my computer right now. It's not good.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I decided to Florida up even more for that girl that was yelling at us last time. So if she's back, she's going to be even more pissed this episode.
That's what inspired this look.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I found like the most strapped, like most exposed Florida bullshit I could find. So hope that person comes back. This is a seltzer until we open our beer.
Okay. I want to open the beer, but then I'm going to tell you what I've been drinking that's not alcoholic lately. Ready?
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Those were good ones. Oh, it still hurts.
Did you hurt your hand?
A little bit. Sip first.
Also, there's vodka in here, but I started a little early.
You're such a little liar.
It's seltzer. I just poured a little vodka in here too.
Oh, well, still, like you still lied to me. You gave me the impression that you didn't start drinking yet.
I did things.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
What's up? Sometimes. Yeah, I know. What's up? What are you gonna talk to me about?
So I feel like I keep burning out during the day too early and getting like super sleepy. And I think it has something to do with how much coffee I'm drinking so early on. So you know what I started drinking instead in the middle of the day? I tried kombucha for the first time. It took me a little while to find the flavor that I liked, but once I did, I noticed like a significant difference in my energy level in the second half of the day. Like I cut out one of the, so I would drink like 2 fairly large coffees during the day. I cut out the second one, and now I just have the kombucha, you know, like sometime like after lunch. And I noticed that like I'm not just like dragging myself across the finish line at the end of the day. I'm like really like going. This is my typing hands.
So like I don't drink coffee. I've had 1 cup of coffee my entire life. So like I've never had that need for it. And I've tried kombucha and I was like, no. Okay. And then I tried the alcoholic kombucha and I'm like, but still no. So I'm not into, I don't need any caffeinated additions there, I would say. Also, are you frozen? I'm pretty sure Perri is frozen right now. This is wonderful. As we're on her live stream. And she is just mid-sip right here. Not able to say anything else at the... What? P-Dog. So I guess it's just me this entire episode in my goofy ass tank top.
I'm here. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. You froze. You hardcore froze mid-sip, so it was just you with the bottle up like this. I'm like, are you waiting for me to stop talking, or are you actually frozen?
I'm chugging the whole beer, and you just...
I was like, you can breathe. It's okay.
I wonder if... Because like it's shitty weather in New York right now, so I wonder if, you know, like the wind and the rain and all that stuff is messing with my internet. What was I telling a story? What was happening?
Nah, you're talking about Booch, but we got.
Oh yeah, no, I really like it, and I want to show you something else. So I thought I needed another pair of glasses, and I think I got like this really cool, stylish pair of glasses. Like just look how cool these are. Aren't these great?
Wait, what is that, swag for something? Or what?
No, it's not at all. It was my dad's birthday the other day, and my mom wanted to get him another pair of glasses. And this is what happens when you buy glasses on the internet and you can't try them on first.
That's fantastic.
There's pictures of like the whole family wearing these glasses now.
And I'm sure he loves them.
They're ridiculous. No, we're sending them back. That's why I'm allowed to play with them now.
Yeah, I mean, I respect your choices no matter what you decide to do, but not that.
It is.
Just don't do that.
That's what it makes me think of. It's Edna Mode.
Straight up Edna Mode style.
I'm pretty sure that I got my dad the best birthday present. You know what I got him?
Of course you think that because you gave it to him.
No. I know it though. I got him.
Shading the rest of the family. Like your mom is watching this live stream.
Well, I mean, she already knows she got a shitty gift because he's sending them back.
Fair, it's fair.
I got him fancy bacon. Like
Fancy
bacon
bacon is nice.
ordered from like a legit place. You know, when
Was it the same fancy bacon you got me?
no, what was
Okay.
the company that I got it for you from?
I don't know, but it came with an oven mitt that was a pig that I could like put in my hand. It was like,
the funny thing is, I tried to look that up and see if I could find it, and I couldn't remember the place. And eventually, I settled on I think it's called Snake River Farms or something like that. But he was very excited about his bacon.
I mean, fancy bacon is a very good present.
You know what I wanted to buy him initially, though? I wanted to buy him a Salt Lick gift.
Oh, from the Texas barbecue place.
Like I was gonna, so they have like a whole assortment of meats, but you know, those are like $200+. So I was gonna get him, I think I was gonna get him like the ribs and like the brisket or something.
Yeah.
And it came out to something like, I don't know, $80 for the meat. And I figured, you know, shipping, there's gonna be another like $20-25, whatever. I get to the shipping was more than the damn meat.
Was that Gold Belly?
No, on the Salt Lick website.
Oh, it was through Salt. Yeah, because Gold Belly I looked at for my dad, and it was the same thing. I was like, all right, it's going to cost $80 for these 4 sandwiches from from New Orleans. It was Central Market Grocer. I was going to muffalettas and like everything, and then the same thing. I get to like the shipping of it, and it's like, oh, it's going to be $200 for every. No. I love you, Dad, but no.
But, yeah, not doing that. But whatever, the bacon worked out.
In any case, we have harder things to talk about.
Which
actual movie news?
Should we start with the title of the video?
I guess that's an important thing.
No, it's an important thing. So we got the news this week that Halloween Kills is going to be delayed. They moved it to October of 2021, right?
Yes, entire year. 2021, and Candyman takes the place of Halloween Kills' spot, which will also be pushed to 2021. But for now, it's in that spot.
So in addition to announcing the release date shift, it felt like they were kind of like throwing us a bone by releasing an itty bitty teaser. And it was extremely short, but you know, I would say it is a pretty solid look at where things are going to pick back up. It is nice to know that the events of Halloween Kills immediately follow the events of the 2018 release.
Yeah, and it's also a callback. I forget what sequel or something, but it's a callback to like a Loomis line. I forget if it like didn't make the cut or something, but Loomis, it's basically the same scenario. So number one, it's a nice callback. Number two, it is the continuation. We know exactly where it picks up, and we know it's going to pick up literally immediately, which I dig. We didn't need to go farther into the future. Like there's enough with that scenario and the house on fire that is like, oh, we should just stay right here and figure this out still.
Some random thoughts that popped into my mind. There's whatever the score is when you see the shot of the neighborhood with the balloons, like immediately brought me back to it.
Yeah, that's good.
Those tones sounded very, very similar, but I kind of liked it. Like it feels silly to judge such a short teaser. The only thing that made me a little nervous is that after everything Laurie went through in the last film, and also everything that came before the last film that we didn't even get to see, as far as, you know, her arming up and like defending her place. It's just like they do it and you get this moment, and knowing that, you know, the firemen just come in and like cool it all down and let him free. It's just like that's what that movie is reduced to now.
I mean, it's slasher sequel 101. It's like, again, having just watched all the Friday the 13th movies, the ways they resurrect Jason and keep him alive, it's like you're pulling at strings at a certain point, and it's like you have to do the most ridiculous thing possible. And like, at least this is somewhat plausible. At least this is like not Jason underwater and he gets struck by lightning and reanimated. Like, no.
And it's like, what did I expect? Like, who am I to complain about that? The house was burning. We knew they were going to make another after it was a hit. Of course he was going to get out of the fire. Like, what's the difference at that point? How?
Yeah, no, but it still is a super effective trailer because I think the tone that it conveys is exactly, number one, is of a moment, just the shot of Laurie screaming, "Let it burn." And like, that's what it ends on. It's kind of like, yeah, I feel you. It's kind of like, I feel you on that. Like, this is the world right now. But so it's like timely, it's perfect. And it does convey the right tone to me in that there's no like escape. Like there's no moment of lull where everyone thinks they're okay. And things go about and he comes back. Like, no, it's immediately right back into, oh, right, we're still fucked because he's never gonna stop.
For a minute, I didn't know if you said lull or lull.
Oh, lol.
You say that a lot.
Yeah, but I will accentuate the lol if
I haven't heard you say it in a while, so it was nice.
I haven't had much to laugh about.
That's what you said before. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Now
that was a lull, not a lulls, not a lols. To clarify on that.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad we got to clarify that.
But yeah, so digging the Halloween teaser.
You have more to say about Halloween, or are we going to the next?
No, I'm just saying digging it.
Oh yeah, I'm into it. I'm always into it. That 2018 release was one of my favorite movies of that year. I want new movies so badly. I want all these. I know, but I know I can't have them, and it's okay.
I know.
It's okay.
So then, next up is Mr. Leigh Whannell taking over the Wolfman. I mean, it's
like what else is there to say about that? But yay.
I mean, number one, yay. Number two, expected. Like the minute that news came out, it's like Universal's making a Wolfman, and it's not going to be tied to the Karen Kusama's Dracula and Leigh Whannell's Invisible Man. Like, no, that's going to get in there somehow. So the fact that Blumhouse is swooping in and giving it to Whannell, the only thing I will say, and this is not against Leigh in any way. I think he's a very competent and amazing director with what he's done over the years as a writer and director in the horror genre. But it would have been nice just to see a little variation. It would have been nice to give that project to somebody up and coming, maybe somebody that needs it a little more. I don't know. I would have loved to have been this to be a breakout for someone versus I know I'm probably going to enjoy what Leigh puts together, and I have full faith in everything he's going to do. I just wanted to see something different.
I get that. I'm very torn on the matter. On the one hand, whenever there's a big opportunity, of course I want it to go to someone like who really needs it, where it could be a make or break deal for them. Yeah. But Leigh's only 3 features in. When you make good films, you earn the ability to do others. I'm very happy for him, and
I am too.
I don't think I'm ever going to get over how much of a turnaround he did for me after Insidious Chapter 3. It's like there's that movie and just like the expertise we see in Upgrade and Invisible Man. Like there is no doubting his ability behind the lens. And I feel like at this point you could put almost any story in his hands and I am going to have those sky high expectations that he can do it.
And I even kind of like Insidious 3. I'll be honest. I'm actually a defender. I know, but I even dig that. For me, he's 3 for 3. So again, full faith. This has nothing to do with him as a director. I think he's going to kick it out of the park. I don't know. It just would have been nice to bring somebody from the genre or bring somebody in that really, really not needed it even. It just would have been nice to get a different flavor.
I hear you. I mean, especially on a week where we get a feature debut like Relic, it's hard not to want those incredible first feature filmmakers to get like a next big gig.
Yeah.
I went down.
Oh, it's good news. It's just.
I watched Insidious Chapter 2 the other day for the first time in a while and saw I'm busy for Collider.com ranking all of James Wan's movies.
All of them. Like not. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think his first movie is the only movie I had never seen of his. But like I don't like ranking things without having them fresh in my brain. So I'm basically rewatching everything right now. And we watched Insidious Chapter 2 the other day. And I still think there's a lot in that script that's very, very smart. It's just, it can't compare to that first one because it's not nearly as refined. It's like you have the whole focus of that first one on the Lambert family and it feels so grounded and real. And all of a sudden you get that second movie where it's like the Lambert storyline where they repeat the same types of scares. And then you have the bit with like Tucker and Specs and Carl and Josh's mother, and they're on like a mystery adventure. The crazy thing is, it's like, even though that format didn't work for me while it was playing out, I do think it comes together in a very clever manner in the end.
And I mean, it builds the world for me too. I mean, it's a sequel that tries to go bigger and crazier, and they do in ways, and they tie in, like you said, Specs and Tucker, you get that whole side story. Everyone gets more fleshed out, but unfortunately that takes away from the central plot that we had in the first one and all that kind of stuff.
It is very impressive, though, how they make Elise work in that movie, given what happens to her in 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I was reminded how well she was worked into that story.
And also, you get evil.
Except the first bit. Except the first. Right. I do not like them putting Lin Shaye's voice in another actor's mouth.
Yeah, that's not great. Agreed on that. But Patrick Wilson getting to do the crazy role. I like that.
Wilson is so good in everything.
So fucking good. And again, he's prime horror dad in the first one, and the second one they're like, all right, do everything the opposite and just be fucking evil. And he doesn't change that much, and that is what makes the performance a little better, because it's like the insidious stuff that he does in the second one, it's so subtle, and the way he works it into just his normal character. But like, I really, really dig that role.
No, that's fair. I was just rewatching Aquaman too, and even though my feelings about that movie, I'm sorry guys if you're a big fan, my feelings haven't really changed. I really do think that he was very much enjoying that role, and
he hammed that shit up.
I think he did what he needed to do, given the tone and the style of that movie.
He was like doing some Shakespearean overacting shit, and it's just like you have Jason Momoa puffing his chest, and then like you go to Wilson being super theatrical and super dramatic, and you're like, you know the movie you're in, right? And he's like, yes, I do, and I'm gonna make it better.
Sorry, I'm like holding my desk. Like Dewey's head is on the desk, and he's on my lap, so every time like I breathe or move, it shakes the table.
I see that. Chat question really quick.
Let's hear
Billy, 442. Best werewolf transformation.
Billy at 4. Wait, what did you say? 4. Oh, you're on a different time zone than me.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I mean, just the question. Best werewolf transformation. I think that's a valid question.
Oh, oops. Wrong one. Sorry, Billy. All right.
I said it out loud. You don't have to put it out.
Here it is.
It's fine.
I do, because I want Billy's like name up on the screen.
Somebody shouted out Wolf Cop, and I want to give them all the credit in the world, because that transformation sequence is bonkers crazy. And it's like when you watch indie werewolf movies and they try, and it's so great that they try, the transformation doesn't always stick the landing.
Yeah.
Like Wolf Cop, it sticks the landing like so much. Like he's just in a bathroom and his like skin is peeling off everywhere. Like a part of his body literally explodes and turns into a werewolf part. Like it's so good.
I'm having a hard time really getting behind this answer without revisiting it right now, but isn't the transformation in Hemlock Grove really cool?
I think so.
Like that
would have to be.
Like I remember certain parts of it pretty well, and I feel like they did a good deal of it, like practically, where like certain close-up shots were really, like creepy and eerie.
I would have again rewatch as well. I don't remember Hemlock that much, honestly, but
I've kind of like blocked it out of my brain. I was very into that for a long time, just because like I was trying to have that be my beat, and then when it just went off the rail, I like had no patience for it.
I had like a lot of horror shows.
It's weird to think that was one of the first. That was like in the beginning stages of Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was at the
like
very
real early, or when when they started doing original content early.
Oh, how far we've come! Maybe that's a good segue. Well, first we've got a super sticker that I can't see from Caleb, but Caleb is here and he's supporting us. Thank you, Caleb. Jumping into Netflix, do you want to tell everyone what you think about Old Guard?
I agree with you. I mean, I don't even know how else to say it. I agree with you. It's super dope. Everything about the action franchise starter mold that like those movies kind of do, I think Old Guard does really right. I never felt like it was trying to get ahead of itself too much. It told the story it needed to in a single story. It's 2 hours, but it really doesn't feel like it. And it's a really nice mix to me of you get like the John Wick gun fu action where you're able to do those like tactical moves at the same time, be super like graceful and fluid and still get headshots. And the way they tweak it is the soundtrack they put over it. It's very moody. It's very brooding. And it turns the action from super fun and like exploitation-y into like you can feel the heaviness of what these characters are going through and doing. Yeah. And like it elevates the action in a way that it's not just mindless violence. It's actually taking into context that it's violence and no one really wants to do it. They're just forced into this scenario. And like I think that works really well.
It's a high concept that puts character first.
Yeah.
And that makes it so much more than a high concept just trying to get views or clicks or money. That's what really struck a chord with me with that one. I think one of my only, like nitpicks was that, like a character like Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, I wish I could have spent more time with him because I think the motivation behind his decisions is extremely meaty, and I think he made it work well enough through his performance. But like, I would have loved to have spent even more time in that character's headspace.
And that's one of the few moments I think it does service just the franchise in a way, because we know his character has a bigger purpose, and we know that he's doing what he's doing to get a quick little, like, no spoilers, obviously, I'm not going to say anything, but like just a quick little arc in there to drive the conflict. Like, that's what his purpose is in that movie. And it becomes clear at the end and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's the one time, that's like the one knock I had in my review. It's just kind of like, yeah, it still has to play some certain beats, but then you have characters like Joe and Nikki who defy, like, so much. It's just a defiance of like the action stereotype, I guess I would say, like the action movie stereotype that like it's just all buff dude, manly dudes like running around and killing people, and like that's what they do. Like, no, they have such a beautiful relationship, like, and like you don't expect that in a movie that is action forward.
Their chemistry like was hands down one of the best parts of the movie. I think my two favorite relationships in the movie were Joe and Nikki, and I also really loved the mentor-mentee relationship between Andy and Niall. I thought that played really well. Kiki Layne is so friggin' good. It's like from the second she's on screen, even when, they don't fully reveal that whole opening scene is like just about her. All she needs is like one frame and your eye is instantly drawn to her. And like, she is like of the utmost importance right now.
Super charismatic, super good at what she does. And I agree, plays confused and still actionable though, and still independent. And I like that. Like, she's trying to figure out why she has this superpower now. I
liked that Andy had flaws that she had to work through by experiencing this relationship with Niall. I think that's what made that arrangement so interesting, because usually we see, a very surface level version of the passing of the torch kind of thing. But, Niall wasn't the only one who had to learn something. Andy did too, and she needed her for that.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a good setup. It sets the sequel up well.
Yes.
It's got Charlize Theron with a battle axe, so of course it's awesome. That's fine.
She is so good.
And again, the action choreography is really well done. So like it does the three things you really need out of it. And then the bonus on top is that character development, because you can have the first three and it's still going to be a serviceable action movie. I mean, again, like Extraction, like it's an action movie. It gets everything done. It checks all the boxes off. But like to have that character development on top and you have it go that in depth and have it be that robust, it just makes the film that much better. And it's one element that a lot of those other kind of same tier action flicks don't do right.
Yeah. Wow. We really have a lot of good releases this week. There's The Old Guard and Relic, which we already talked about. Did we talk about Relic?
You can talk about Relic, yeah.
No, I've talked about Relic. I've talked about Relic so much in the past 2 weeks in particular. So not this week, but it might not even have been last week, actually. It might have been the week before. Haley and I taped a Witching Hour with Natalie Erica James. Then I posted a formal Relic review on this channel. And then after that, I did Ladies' Night yesterday with Emily Mortimer. It's just like, I've spoken about Relic.
You're super Relic.
I'm obsessed. Like, I'm a little obsessed with that movie. I can't believe how good. I really just can't wrap my head around how good of a first feature that is.
It's really well accomplished. Again, I just saw it this week, so I had seen your quote in the trailers. I knew how much you loved it, obviously, but not only you though.
Like, quote? I don't think it was mine.
Oh, was it your quote? I saw Collider. I assumed it
might have been Haley.
Somebody had a quote in there. It was somebody from Collider. In any case, I trust her opinion. But like, it was everybody though. A lot of the people I talked to and like trust in the horror community, everyone was on the same page about this one. And that always makes me a little nervous because the Babadook happened and I feel like I was the only one that didn't like it. So I was a little nervous the Relic was going to be one of those for me where it's like, oh, it's just so super emotional and it's just going to ruin you. And I'm kind of like, yeah. And then like the ending happened and I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was super emotional and it did freaking ruin me. Like, holy crap. Like, it's a story we've seen over and over again. Grief in horror is just an element. It's every horror movie plays with grief in some way. Some do it more, like Hereditary. I mean, Hereditary is literally kind of like tied in a way to Relic. But, you know, you see Relic and the way that it's able to reshape the way we look at grief and reshape all these things that we know and do it in a way we haven't seen. That is the tell of a successful filmmaker.
Yeah. I've said this a couple of times, but when it comes to something like Relic or just, you know, horror movies in general, getting at a certain very real human truth or like an inevitable thing in our reality that we are going to face that's very difficult to process. I think when you have movies like Relic that help you process it through genre, like that could be a really profound experience. And I think that is the case here. There's certain things that happen in the movie that, you know, in real life you can kind of only think about, but you're actually like seeing them in a unique, creative way unfold before your eyes. And it really does change the way that you think about all of that stuff. I'm trying to be very vague and not spoil it.
Yeah, no, me too.
But, like, that movie is so well done. And that cast, holy shit, they're so good.
And I think it's important too to point out that like it's a reinvention of the haunted house story. I'm not going to say outright it's not a haunted house story. Like this is very much, it's A24 horror in a way. I know it's IFC Midnight, but it plays on the A24 method of story over jump scares. And I don't want people to go in expecting like a mainstream horror movie in that way based on scares alone.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn. And again, it's about the story itself and what it tells and how it tells it. Like there are definitely elements that are creepy and I would go as far as say terrifying, but I'm just afraid that this is another scenario like with The Witch, where like A24 bumps it up like crazy saying like scariest movie of the year. We're going to pull quotes like that. And it's like, it's not that. It's just a really fucking beautiful and traumatic story.
I don't think I've seen too much of that out there. And I don't think the trailer misrepresents it. I don't think
it does either.
Most of the discussion has been spot on what you're getting in the movie. And, you know, whether or not that is for you and suit your taste is a different story.
No, I agree. I saw a tweet like literally this week and it was immediately like, I think it might have been repurposed from Sundance, but still, even then it said like the first terrifying horror movie of the year is here and it's Relic or something like that. And it's like,
I hear you.
Like that's not a fair representation. It's not a fair representation of the genre itself anyway. It's kind of like,
it's not an inaccurate statement though.
It's not inaccurate.
Like, Relic hands down is probably one of the scariest movies I've seen in years because of what scares me.
And like existential scary too.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
When it comes to pull quotes though, like you only get so many words, you know?
Well, and you don't get the choice either. I'm not by no means am I saying the person that wrote that is wrong. Trust me, as someone who's been pull quoted very embarrassingly, like I'm aware of this.
A howling good time.
Oh, So Fetch was the worst. Literally, they took like I was making a joke.
So Fetch for?
Tragedy Girls.
Oh,
that
right.
Like I wrote 1,000 words on how much I love Tragedy Girls, and I make one joke describing the plot, and that's what they pulled. And I was just like, I've talked to Tyler McIntyre before about it. We were at a festival, and I forget what it was. Like I introduced his movie. Oh, it was No, I take it back. We introduced Tragedy Girls. So like I made a joke about like the pull quote, and like I hand the mic to him. He's like, "Yo, meet me out back later." And so he tells me this story. He's like, I was in the meeting where they pulled that quote. And God. He's like, he's like, I don't want that on the trailer. And I'm like, I didn't want it there either. I was like, seriously, I'm like, I would have loved you if that never made it. And McIntyre was like, it's so dumb. He's like, you had an entire review and they didn't pull any of the stuff that I was like, pull that. They pulled the one dumb thing.
That's what happens. It's like with pull quotes, the goal is just selling. And you know, when you put a word like fetch in there, it does make a certain connection that, you know, like it could say a lot about why you might like the movie without having to explain it in many ways.
What does So Fetch say about Tragedy Girls?
I don't know.
How does that
well, it's just like the connection with Mean Girls. It just like creates some kind of vibe, at least. I don't know.
I was just so mad because I'm like, oh, it's a funny joke. And then somebody freaking puts it on a poster. And I was like, fuck you.
There it goes. Careful with your words. Luke is here. Luke is in the house. And Luke is hands down like one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. He's just like he's so thoughtful. He's so generous. And I'm so grateful that he is a part of this Patreon team. Seriously, it like would not be the same without you, Luke. And I think you're the greatest. All right.
Generous donation.
Yeah. Luke really is like one of the most kind-hearted people out there. So thumbs up to Luke always. We Do we want to move on to the other news story or the other review?
I think there's another movie. I mean, like, I just watched it this morning, so I'm happy.
I actually, like, I don't feel comfortable about re-reviewing Palm Springs because I haven't seen it.
You don't have to review it.
No, yeah. So I'm going to leave that one in your hands. But I will tell you that I am rewatching it on Sunday. I'm, like, forcing my parents to wait so I can watch it with them. And I think they're going to watch Relic tonight.
It's like you have preconceptions about what a Lonely Island rom-com might be. And Andy Samberg in the starring role as well. Like, you just have certain things going in where you're like, all right, like, it can't go that far. It can't be that good. I don't want to say that mean by any means. I love Samberg and I love what they do in comedies, but, you know, Palm Springs for me was like a little harder sell. And I loved Palm Springs. Like, right now, it's one of my favorite movies of the year. And it is that perfect blend of, like, I know it's a dumb way to describe it, but it's a really good millennial story. And it really captures, like, right now, 100%, because it's literally people caught in a time loop and, like, a guy just being like, I don't know, this shit's all meaningless. Like, what does any of this matter? And, like, not to say I'm cynical enough to go along with that, but 100%, like, there are definitely thoughts of life is meaningless and there's a bigger question, But it's just so heartfelt and so open and honest, and the romance between them is really good.
I do wonder how I'm going to feel about it the second time around, especially because the world is in such a different place. Like, I wonder if that's going to hit me even more, because it did hit me quite, you know, I didn't, I mean, you know that I do this from our experiences at Sundance. I'll very rarely drink before seeing a movie. Usually I'll just wait.
Perri.
Usually I'll just wait until after. But on the night that I saw Palm Springs at Sundance, it was very different because I had gone out and it was an 11-something screening that I was squeezing in last minute. So I went in like mighty toasty.
Yeah.
Usually when I do that after I leave the theater, I'll have to like go home and pass out. But I had like, even though I wasn't drinking during the movie itself, like I had a continued buzz just from like the excitement of how much I loved that movie. And I went right back out after.
It kind of like, you know, well, no, I was going to compare it in a way to Ingrid Goes West, but it's just millennial storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Milioti, that's how you say her last name, Kristen Milioti. Yeah.
She's great.
So good. Like
great.
So amazingly good. And I mean, I've always enjoyed what she's done, and she's never had big enough roles, I think, to really sell it. But I like, again, two people who are just relatable in a way I don't want to even admit. And it's like, you don't have those kind of feelings until you watch it. And between Samberg's no give a shit attitude and like the way he just kind of goes through life, the time loop, obviously, but his life just kind of being like, screw it. We're all just here. What does any of this mean? Stuff like that. And the way she's like, you know, just like in a way, her own way of doing that, but it's a lot shittier. And sometimes, you know, we don't always have the best weeks or months or years. Yeah. It's just super relatable. It's super spoke to me and I loved it.
I like that descriptor that you just used. Like, so relatable, you don't even want to admit it.
No. Like, it's one of those things you watch and you kind of go like, I don't want to admit I see myself in this 100%, but I really do. Because Samberg's a shitty character at times, and so is Milioti. Like, they're not good people sometimes.
Why we need movies like this sometimes. Sometimes it is easier to process your own faults when you see somebody doing something that you can relate to. It's like, the last time I had this conversation, we did a Collider Connected with Haley Steinfeld, and she brought up Edge of 17. And I think that's a movie that really captures, you know, growing up and coming of age. And when you're at that age, that mentality that like everything is the most important thing in the world and the world revolves around me. And like, I get what she was going through, even though Nadine sucks to the people around her at a lot of points in that movie.
Yeah, it's very comparable. I agree with that. I don't know. I just keep thinking about movies in that vein and how we should allow those characters to be shitty. I kind of get irked sometimes when people would comment on that kind of character being unlikable. And it's like, well, why am I supposed to like this movie? It's an unlikable character. And it's kind of like, did you watch the movie? Because that's kind of the point at times.
Yeah. No, I'm like 100% with you. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm so excited about that. I was so sensitive about my parents watching it without me tonight. But they're gonna watch Relic tonight, and then I'm drinking again tomorrow. So tomorrow they're gonna watch more of Stateless, which is also
nice.
It's a Netflix release. I loved Stateless. I was so blown away by that, and Yvonne Strahovski is just like so fucking good. But we have one more news story that we wanted to hit before we get to beer pong.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
What was that one again? I have forgotten it.
I was just going to mention Train to Busan too, Peninsula.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because it's interesting to me because it's slated for release in August. Like they just announced this. They just announced it's going to theaters in August. And then early next year, it goes to Shudder. So we are going to get it eventually.
Okay.
But again, we have a movie that is just getting announced and saying it's going to release in August. And it's like, I don't want to keep bringing this up, but stop dating shit in August. Why?
I mean, at this point, I fear you could say stop dating shit in October too. Just stop.
There's a reason why Halloween Kills left. I mean, as much as they wanted it to stay there and as much as they wanted it to be a big Halloween sell, there is no reason to do that.
I think the mentality at this point just needs to be like, let's put shit on hold until we get a vaccine. And I know it's not like a simple cut and dry thing because we don't know when we're going to get one and get one safely and effectively. But, you know, like we're not even out of the damn first wave yet. And there's an expected second wave in the fall that they've been talking about since this whole thing started. It's like we're going to wind up in the same cycle for so long. Aren't we sick of having this conversation?
No, because that's what's keeping tabloids and stuff in print right now. Like, you know, it's like everyone is just using these stories. Like, how many times are we going to comment on like Nolan's quotes on Tenet and how he pushes it 2 weeks and does it again? Like, it's going to keep happening. And that's super frustrating.
I am so happy and very like deeply grateful that I've been able to live in an interview bubble on Collider. So this is a very random aside, but it made me very, very happy the other day. So we posted a Collider Connected with Mary Steenburgen. And usually, like, you know how breakout stories from interviews work. It's like, you know, like so-and-so is rumored to be part of the Batman. And they comment. It's always like obnoxious things about upcoming movies that like might be true, might be not. Like, you never know. The quotes that I broke out from her interview, though, were all about Melvin and Howard, the movie that
I saw that. Yeah. Yes.
I was so utterly delighted to see how many people cared. I don't know. It just like, it really did, not completely, but really, it did make me rethink to a point, like the value of certain topics that I can break out of articles. And the fact that like people care about classics like that and the history and the behind the scenes details. I don't know. That just like, it made me so excited to be able to like, get more stories like that to give people more insight into the older movies that they care about too. It made me so happy.
No, it's good. I mean, it might be because people need something to distract them right now, which like, it's great if we can capitalize that and get those kind of poll breakout quotes. Because usually, the breakout quotes are things like you said, upcoming, popular. You don't really get to have fun with it. So if you get to break things out and actually tell an old story and like resurface old things, I think that's super important. And also, really quickly, Red Hood questioned on Train to Busan, and when I said it was going to Shudder, said, is it not coming to Netflix? And that is correct, because Shudder, if they get something exclusively on streaming, can't go to another service. So it can come out theatrically, but it can still be a Shudder exclusive in that they just snag the digital rights. Or Shudder, if they get an original, that's them the whole way, and it doesn't even go theatrical. So Shudder original means it's them the whole time. It's not going to go to theaters. Shudder exclusive means that theaters first, then they get it digitally, and no one else can have it.
Very briefly, because we have our beer pong partners here. Did you see Beach House?
I did.
Oh, you didn't like it. I could tell in the tone of your voice. Damn.
It's a really good 2/3 of a movie.
All right. I really like Liana Liberato, so I want her to find that breakout thing.
I liked her. That was my one shining note in my review was her, and I said I would love to see her get in more genre stuff where she gets to be a capable leading actress. But actually, me and Brad are like one of the only people that I know that didn't like it. Amelia too, who's probably in the chat somewhere, but none of us really cared for The Beach House. It has some good ideas. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it pulls any of them off.
Okay. In that case, I got too many other things to binge watch to bother with that. I'll take your word for it. All right. Are you ready to bring in some beer pong partners so you can chat with them while I make my way downstairs?
We'll bro down again. We'll bro down real quick.
We got the returning champion here. What's up, Joe? What you drinking?
You drinking wine?
Hello.
You so
Yeah, we're being a little more classy this week. The Negronis last week were a little too much, so we're gonna.
Was it the Negronis or me taking shots of the bottle with you during Power Hour?
It could have been both of those things.
We don't know. We'll never know.
Are you ready for my partner now? This is it. Your reign is coming to an end with this one because my partner tonight.
Just get this over. I brought you your partner.
Brad Carr, how you doing, man?
Big beardy fuck.
Hello.
What's up?
Wait, Brad, is this the same Brad that I play Warzone with?
Yes, it is.
Oh, if you play beer pong, you play Warzone. I got nothing to worry about.
Oh
no! Boom, boom, boom! Roasted already.
I don't know. To shit talk each other while I go downstairs and set up. Have fun.
Yes. Bradley, introduce yourself. Give everyone a rundown of who you are, what you do, and why you're here.
My name's Brad. I don't do much, and I was a last-minute replacement.
Fantastic.
You are so good at building other people up, and so terrible at promoting yourself. I mean, it's not like you have a film appearing at a film festival anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, my short got into Fantasia, so I'm super stoked about that.
Oh, congrats, man.
Thank you.
That's kind of a big deal. Like, that's something
it is. I don't know if people actually want to hear about it. There we go.
What's your short about, dude? It's playing at a festival.
What's the short about? It's about a couple whose relationship is pushed to the brink when a ghost shows up in their house.
It's a funny ghost.
Comedy. It's a comedy.
Good ghost.
It's neither good nor bad.
Again, the perfect champion of your own work. It's not good. It's not bad. It's what it is.
No. The ghost is neither good nor bad. The short's awesome.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So why do you think you can beat me and Joe?
Because someone has to, and it might as well be me.
Literally because I'm the only one left? Is that your go-to?
I just think it's time for you to lose, and I would have great bragging rights if that happened.
You would.
I would. And I don't know. My arm is feeling loose. I got the table all set up.
You practiced today, haven't you? You've definitely.
I have not. I got everything all set up though. We're good.
All right. Well, I enjoy seeing what you can possibly do against me and Joe, because you're not going to have many opportunities.
I can only see the comments when I come and stare directly at the laptop over here like this. But yes, that is someone asked if that was a Coppola wine. Yes, Coppola. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry, just
Francis Ford Coppola. It's Coppola.
Yeah, well, it's not my. You know me. It's not my thing. So I don't know.
Good old Frankie Cop.
I mean, people's names are just
totally
not that hard.
Are we putting the laptop behind the cups? Is that how this works?
Yeah, I would say just wait until Perri gets back, and then when she's set up, me and you can do that. Just so it's not a bunch of people running around at the same time. But yeah, Brad, what do you think of the beach house? I would have talked to you about it before anyone gets back.
You're right.
I agree with you. It's
2/3 of a good movie. It's 2/3 of a passable good parts, bad parts movie. It needed a third act. And then the ending was just kind of nonsensical. The final shot was really cool.
But if it doesn't mean anything in the grander context, coolness does not make it the ending.
No, it did some of the cliche stuff where the person all this happens to have that academic knowledge that is supposed to explain the way things happen. There's no deeper meaning. There's no nuance. There's no metaphor to it that I saw. It was just like, oh, I have an idea. And then they wrote a script and then they forgot to actually flesh out the idea.
Really cool Lovecraft vibes. It's got really interesting visuals when it's dark and things can illuminate in a certain way. But beyond that, for me, beach house, I guess I'm one of the only people that doesn't like it, apparently, judging by my Twitter feed. All right, I'm going to switch Mike. Perri, I'm going to switch over, correct?
I'm here.
Okay, switching over.
Getting another beer.
All right, get your damn beer.
I got one. Everyone's all set up. Oh my God, look at all of Brad's alcohol. That is a nice collection there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brad, I like it.
I'm mighty limited to like my Blue Moon and one bottle of whiskey in this house.
It's a lot of alcohol. Oh, sorry, I have clear cups. I hope that's acceptable.
What do you have?
Clear cups?
Oh, of course. Everything is acceptable when Matt is using his weird hex cups.
I mean, again, harder to use. Not gonna belabor that point anymore, but
I feel like you say that all the time, and I actually have to like do my research and prove that that's the truth.
I'm pretty sure you played with my hex cups before.
I don't know. I guess you always had them in your LA apartment, so I think I have played with them once, and I probably
I had them at New York apartment hardcore.
Really, I probably complained about them.
You might have. Yeah, because you weren't hitting shots.
Probably, and I was probably pissed.
Hey, like, I can't use these stuff too hard, man.
Brad, before we start, let's hear a little bit about your beer pong skills. How often do you play? Like, where do you?
How often do you play?
I think the last time I played was late September of last year.
I will take that because I'll tell you, if you are a last minute replacement, there's no one to be a better last minute replacement for than my mom. Mom and them got cold feet and didn't want to play anymore.
I would 100% wanted her to be the one to take me down. I'd still do.
I did too. I have a feeling one day Lonnie will come back and she'll crush you again, Matt. Or
it's like
these.
It's 3 games, right?
So best out of 3. If you can beat us in 2, it's only 2.
All right, so Perri will just have to beat them in 2.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm pretty sure
okay.
that'll happen.
How's that gone for you the last few weeks, Perri?
I have forgotten about them.
Oh, I have my video. Don't worry.
I gained experience the other few weeks. / I'll just always blame my partner.
There you go.
All right.
Right.
First is the reigning champions.
Yep. And then Brad, real quick rules, super quick. 1 isolation per person per game. No bouncing, obviously, because we cannot reach across tables. And whatever cup Perri tells you to take that cup that you're looking at. So if she says second left, you would look in the second row and to the left on you, like your left and everything. And that's what you would take.
Okay.
That's it.
So our racks always look the same in the camera.
Got it.
And 1 rack per game, too.
Cool. And what's the distance?
Your distance looks pretty good to me.
I use one of those like a 6-foot table kind of step back, like what you would play on usually.
Okay. I actually looked it up. I think it's 8 feet.
Evan's already starting.
Uh-oh. Evan knows what's up. Evan's my dude. Pooch, me or you first? What's the deal here?
You decide. My internet's not being very nice right now.
All right, so me first.
And you're in the house. Mom and Nem can get a celebrity guest.
Left, second row.
If Mom and Nem
second
come
row?
downstairs while we record, I'll let her.
That one. Also, if Gwen's around, she should probably get a guest shot.
She's in the bedroom right now. Once things get going, she'll probably come out. And Becky
We'll see how bad you do.
I'll probably have Becky come do a guest shot as well. That's allowed.
That's entirely necessary.
All right. So, Brad, how you feeling? Do you want me to go first or you?
I'm feeling
sorry,
good.
Matthew.
Feeling good.
That didn't go well.
Okay.
Let's do it. Take-
So I'm going first?
yeah.
One ball, Bradley.
This one?
Just one.
You're on a team.
Oh.
An inauspicious start.
I'll take it again, Joe.
We gotta warm up. Joe's been practicing. I'm watching you behind the scenes.
Oh, Perri can see me behind the scenes. That's not good.
Joe, I missed it.
Okay. That ball's gone.
Right.
Bye.
Joe.
This is our chance to catch back up, Brad.
Right.
All right, I'll take this one first.
You take the lead.
I was doing really good in warm-ups, Matt, I swear.
Jesus, I almost moved.
I'll trust you, Joe. You showed me that.
All right, behind the back because I caught it.
You got it.
That was the best.
That was pretty close.
I
That was close, Perri.
with it.
You get to go again if you catch it.
If you catch it on the table,
on the table.
without a hidden ground.
All right. Nope.
All right, we'll make a dent in this rack at some point.
Front cup. Front.
Oh, Matt, you suck.
Well, it starts already, Perri. We're only 2 cups in.
I like doing the sneak attack in the first game. When you guys think you won, that's when I get it.
I respect it very much.
I'm gonna go over here.
Oh,
That was close, Joe. I like that, Joe.
Okay. Let's start this thing. All right, I got the second on the left.
Okay. Bingo. Bradley could bring it back. He's hitting cups.
I hear
It
it.
didn't fall off the table. Does that count?
You're good.
Matt, let me go first.
You gotta do it behind the back. I love how Brad's trying to figure out how to do behind the back.
Oh, you have to do it behind the back? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta do it behind the back, dude.
All right.
Oh shit.
So close.
Oh, that was actually really good, too.
All right.
He knew what he was doing.
You got it off center?
Me, Pooch?
No, let me go first.
Okay.
He's already getting nervous. I hear it in his voice.
Ugh.
Come on, Matt. Don't miss it. Oh, stupid headcuff.
I did miss it. Joe, I don't like this.
Yeah, I know.
Ah!
I don't like it either.
He's
Got
sinking all of his shots behind the back. I feel it.
He's gonna hit one eventually. Not that one. I think I heard that like take a dish down.
He actually has like an arc and a shot with it. Oh no, Matt missed again. How many you missed at this point, Matt? Damn it.
Yeah, what was that, Perri?
Matt, back, middle one.
All right. It's time to catch up.
Depending on what they do, we'll try to go for that ISO, Joe.
Front cup. Bring it back.
Saul and Bradley.
Back left. My back left.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Tied
I'm
food.
taking the wrong one. This
No,
one.
yeah. Take the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, my back left.
All right. Bring it back. Let's keep this going.
Poochie.
What do you want?
We always do this to ourselves.
Very ugly.
I didn't have,
Front cup.
Front cup.
I didn't have warm up. I didn't have warm up drinks today.
For a rack.
Yeah, but you had warm up, and you said you did good.
Yeah, they're not the same thing.
I'm sorry, what's that? Are we winning? I think we're winning. Yeah.
Sure, isolation.
Just like I said, Matt, the sneak attack, you don't see it coming. Did you just waste your isolation on that?
I did.
He did.
Oh no.
I will also waste my
Watch out.
on that.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'll hit it.
You won't waste it, Joe. You won't waste it one bit.
Which one should we take
right.
now?
It doesn't matter. We're center anyway.
So, Brad, we should rack these.
You want to do? You gonna do front?
It'll center
front
anyway.
back?
So don't worry about it.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Like a line.
All right. Perfect.
All right, we got to get something here. Front cup.
Nice. You Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh!
That
Damn! Right off the edge.
Center it up, Joe.
Look what happens. You guys got all excited that you were winning, and then we came back.
I don't recall getting excited. Maybe Matt got excited.
Near you.
You know, whatever.
Who wants all the pressure first? All right, let's see what happens.
Nope.
Ooh, good shot, though. Crap.
I heard it.
I heard it. All right. One of us has to get this. All right.
Pooch.
Hold that
One
cup.
of us has a bad game. The other one comes back. That's what I like.
That cup. Got it.
Nice.
Now, Brad, if you sink it, we go first. Oh,
You go first. You go first.
nice shot.
3 cups.
All right,
3 cups, and you get to go first.
let's do it again.
Wait, what is this?
Because we
Overtime.
sunk it, we go first in a 3-cup overtime.
Oh, okay. Kids with their crazy rules.
If you did that without us hitting, then you win. But because we'd hit already, that puts it to overtime.
Oh, I thought I had that.
Back left.
Oh, I'm so happy you hit a back cup.
Back right.
I'm so confused by this. My back left.
Your left, yeah. So I just took the right cup. There.
Yeah, it worked.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, you read it.
All
You
right.
probably shouldn't
I'm gonna
fuck
hit
this
the
up.
front cup right now.
I already hit my cup, actually, so I didn't.
Yeah, I already,
already.
I already made a huge mistake.
Which cup?
Front cup. You guys schwitzing yet?
A little bit. A little
Little
schwitzy.
bit.
It's getting a little hot in here.
Way off.
Back up.
Don't get so confident, Joe. The pressure's on. Damn it.
You guys game 1.
So we
Is that
don't,
it?
we don't get a rebuttal because you hit both, right?
2 in a row is game.
Ah, just wanna
2 in
try
a
it,
row
though.
first is game. 2 in a row after is on.
That was a very good game. I can't complain.
That was
Yeah,
the first
I think
time
we
we've
just
sweat in a
forget.
little while.
All right. We got this one. We're all warmed up and ready to go. I feel like we're more consistent.
I wouldn't hate playing 3 games for once.
Really?
Oh, best of 7?
We played 3 games every single week except the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, when me and Joe took over.
I have nothing to say to that.
Exactly, because it's correct. Joe, me or you first?
You have too many people in the chat on your side. I'm pretty sure he's talking about your tank top.
It's off.
Yeah.
Tank top. Matt
Everyone's
loves to not wear
tank
sleeves.
top.
No sleeves, baby. No sleeves. Just because I can't be outside, it still sun's out, guns out.
I think you guys need to make
I
a
don't know if I-
uniform.
That's a Joe's.
My uniform has to have sleeves. I'm calling it now. I don't do sleeves.
Oh, it's my uniform. Pooch, I missed. It's up to you.
You missed.
I missed my first shot. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Nope.
All right.
We want you guys to go first. It was as a charitable first.
Turn. Front cup.
Hell yeah.
If we lose this game, man, I might have to go sleeveless.
You might have to you might have to rip the sleeves off. You can't roll them up though.
No, we're not ripping the sleeves off. It's great.
Yeah, you get that, Brad. You get it for the hustle.
I appreciate the dedication there.
Way off.
I feel like the fact that you caught that ball was enough for me.
Oh, uh-oh.
What was that, Matt?
Oh, it's badness. That's bad news.
I'll cut back middle.
All right.
My depth
So
perception.
run away
I
with
thought
it.
that was the front cup.
Oh, I thought I had that.
Pooch, you got that flying V.
Well, it started in one cup and then it rolled out and went to this one. So front right or middle right for me. So middle
Wait,
left for you.
was it a bounce?
No, it did not bounce. It actually rolled out.
No,
Okay,
it's
one, and then
down.
rolled over.
Okay.
So
This guy.
yes.
Take your weird ass Beirut fucking cups. All right.
I gotta go hunt down a ping pong ball.
Oh no, I'm 0 for 3 there, Joe. This is bad.
Matt, what's going on over there?
I don't know, dude.
You're worrying me.
I'm worrying myself. You guys are pulling ahead. Making Joe do all the work.
Yeah, Joe's on his game right now. I really don't want that front one, but I feel like I have to go for it.
Listen, that's what partners are there for. When one goes down, the other picks them up.
I'm going down right now, but at least I'm not
Perri needs some picking up, I think.
Yeah. At least my
Very
bad though.
Brad's got like a fucking backboard or some
I
shit.
want him to hit one of these so badly.
That was very close. If there was a ball, that might have been, or a cup there, that might have been good. All right, Joe. I think. Wait, you first or me first?
You could pick.
Let's go first. Ugh.
Was there a dog? Did I miss a dog?
There could be a dog. Where's the dog?
Where's the wolf?
Who? Matt? It can't be Matt's frame. Brad, do you have a dog?
Yeah, I don't know where she went.
Jelly bean.
Did she walk behind me?
Wait, what's
Sure.
the dog's name?
Jelly bean.
Jelly Bean. I guess
That's
Jelly Bean
The
is
instant reaction.
somewhere, and I missed out.
Joe, I missed.
So the
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
all
where
right.
she went.
Alright. I'm not gonna miss this time.
This has been bad game for me, Joe.
I got the frontmost cup. Sorry, Brad. I didn't leave you an easy one.
Matt, I will comment that you've had better games.
Oh,
Yes,
son of a
way
bitch.
better games.
All right.
I should use the dog. Where's the dog? Where?
So that.
Did you miss again, Matt?
Oh my God! Fuck.
Oh wow.
Close.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good.
This is
Ooh.
this is not good.
So, Brad, I think we should turn these into a straight line.
Okay.
Door, come here.
Or one rack on that.
Oh, this is not good.
I feel like there's no better move to make right now.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
Oh, Matt's sweating. All
I am
right,
sweating dude, that's like 5 missed shots. That is not what I need right now.
one cup is mine.
You got a straight line already?
Middle fucking cup.
Middle.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I didn't find the dog, but I found a cookie.
I was sure I was the front one.
It's just as good, Joe. Just as good, Pooch.
Ah, crap.
All right, Joe, I need you to go first because I need something switched up.
Okay.
Oh God, Matt's getting so
Oh.
nervous.
Dude, we're down 2-4. Of course we are.
Oh my God. Who is that? What is that dog's name?
Hello.
Oh. Oh my god.
It is a wolf. It's not a dog.
Oh.
We have a spectator.
I love this crowd.
You want the ball? What are you doing?
Oh, thank God. Right second row.
Look at that, Matt. You finally hit one.
Fuck you, Perri.
All right.
Hey, we'll give the people what they want.
Taking that out.
Oh.
I got the front cup. That was like a quick.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, front cup.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Could be it. Could be it.
Like this.
No. Oh, fuck. No.
Pooch, I hit front right, by the way.
Aim, Brad. It was good.
You hit the front right?
Yeah, but last turn. So now we have our. I think we have to go for the ISO, or what do you want to do? Do you want to rack it or go for the ISO?
Decision. You could waste a whole turn and it could end.
Say that again?
Okay, so they have 1 cup left. We have 3. We have an ISO situation. Do we go for the ISO or do we rack a 3 straight line and go for that right now?
No, you're in charge of strategy, Mr. No Sleeves.
Matt,
I say live and die dangerously. We're going for the ISO.
What is this terminology? ISO what?
ISO.
Do you want first shot the ISO or do you want second shot, Joe?
The second one.
I'll go an ISO first.
What the fuck is ISO?
So it's when a cup is isolated and not.
Hit the table, dude. This is.
And if you hit the cup you call ISO on, you get to remove 2 cups. But if you hit any other cup, you just lose your turn, and you don't even get the cup. So it's like
I'll go for it. I'll do the
if
thing.
Joe hits one of the other 2 cups and not what he just called isolation on, they're fucked. So don't hit the other cup, Joe. Fuck.
We're still ahead. It's okay. It's okay. You got this.
Joe, this is your night.
1 left. It's just 1. It's just.
You got it.
Fucking.
I gotta step up, Joe. This is unfair to you.
I got it.
Is this for the straight win?
This is for the game. If you hit this now, it's game.
Does it count if it hit my computer?
I'll let Matt be the judge on that.
I haven't taken my computer shots. There's been a few I've left on the computer.
I was way off anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
Pressure's on, guys.
I'm taking this first shot.
You gotta hit it.
Joe, I'm sorry for you.
This is it. Oh no, Matt. Oh no. Oh,
Joe,
no.
don't fuck up.
3 games. We're doing it.
Do this.
Man.
You get this, Matt.
That was
Matt, I blame you a little bit.
You're so mad at yourself.
That's full blame on me. That's entire blame on me.
All right. That front cup is mine.
Oh, that calls for a new beer.
Ooh, that was almost a mess.
Oh. It bounced off my computer, so I guess I won't do the.
Such a stickler for the rules.
I mean, you gotta be fair. I'm gonna try it though.
It's all right. I feel like we should have let them start anyway because we lost.
Pooch,
Right,
what's the strategy here?
Lose.
You should do something that's good for the team.
Okay, do you want me to go first or second?
Yeah, just do it.
Guys, Evan still believes in you. Don't let him down, Matt.
Front cup.
Oh, wow, that was a nice shot. Look who's back.
You're back. We go.
Stares at Joe like, what? Nope, absolutely gone. Absolutely has no interest. All right.
I'm starting to think that like silence is what throws Joe off the boat.
I like when people talk. I like when people keep talking.
All right, Perri, you got this.
I know she's got it. It's the annoying part.
I got the second row on the right.
All right, Joe.
Doubles.
I need to do my share here. That's what I'm gonna do.
I agree.
No go.
Brad, you throw line drives.
Yeah, I'm way off.
Second left.
Always.
Yeah, second left.
No, my luck. I'm gonna spill a cup right on my computer though.
So my computer's a little farther back.
Crap.
Middle backy one.
I keep a
Middle backy one.
my laptop.
I'm gonna take my ISO.
Yeah, maybe you should hit it.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
I like what you've done with the place.
I feel like you
I'll take your two back ones.
so right now. Oh,
The back one?
Yes,
that's so hard.
Well, this fucking sucks.
All right.
Got worse.
Go worse. Oh, that's how that goes.
Shit.
I like how we just let you hang on to that one victory, and we're like, yeah, well, this is cool. You guys won one.
We get to go again. We get to go.
No,
Yeah.
we cleared.
Wait.
No.
All right. Well,
That's it.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Ah.
All right. Well, I got this one.
Which one?
I got the middle row one that's left.
Nope.
Let's pretend I'm still playing.
Is this
Hold
just
on.
frustration at this point? Just
Trick
airing
shot.
So
frustrations?
now I got the front one. I'm just gonna clean the rack for my own head right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, that would have been important to do when the game was actually happening, but the fact that we went
We didn't get very many turns that game.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, because me and Joe decided that you didn't win again.
I missed anyway. Brad, you were good though. Like we got to 3 games.
What does high score mean? Did I break it?
Did I break it? Did I break my score? What's that even mean? What?
I don't know what that means. All right.
Come on.
It was fun, as it always is. I will say though, so like Brad, I didn't know anything about your pong skills. I know about my next week's partner's beer pong skills, and like it's just like over, Matt. So you need to
You keep saying that every week, and that's
so like
hard.
I don't say it this far in advance.
Right, of course.
I'm a firm believer that next week is the end of Matt and Joe.
It better be your mom.
Although I might throw every single game just so we could see more of Joe's dog.
Yeah,
Dog.
that is.
Also,
Yep.
Bradley, you can take solace in the fact that you did way better than Barkon.
Oh, that's good to know. Love you, John. But
That bad.
No, but I mean, at least you guys did get to 3 games. That is an accomplishment.
Yeah, that is true. You're already like well beyond my last 2 partners. Well, like Al had a good game. Wait, was it Al?
Al did a
Okay.
We kicked ass that first game. We got into overtime. We just didn't make it work.
2 good games though.
Yeah, we won the second one. I think I only got like 1 or 2 cups there. You pretty much carried that one.
It was 2 solid games, and the only reason we lost that third one was because they hit a million fucking shots, including an isolation.
Honestly, I'd like to see the playback. I'm pretty sure they cheated. I don't know how.
We're not going under the hood on this one.
I don't know how, but
But seriously, when
we need an investigation.
Listen, you all told me I had a bad game and I need to step it up, and that's what I did.
Matt, when you're playing 6 cups of beer pong and you have isolation in the mix, it does like create a
It does speed. I agree with you. I'm not arguing it, but you have the same advantage. You have the exact same advantage, so you could do the same, Perry.
It's true. All right, guys. That's the end of the Merri Hour. We got some more hanging and drinking to do on the live stream. A big thank you to everybody who follows along and who gets in with this friendly competition. Tune in next week to see if me and my mystery partner can finally beat Matt and Joe. As much as it pains me to say it, good game, guys. Brad, thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me.
We will